Hi, it's Dovedi from Premier Property, and I'm here with Richard Greenland at Knightsbridge, our Premier Property Club in Knightsbridge. Very honoured to have Richard here. Grace us this evening. We've actually got a panel of experts, developers in all different niches, and so Richard, could you add something of value, some information for our listeners, our watchers, in terms of the market, what you're finding right now?
In my own market, around Bristol and Somerset, places where I operate, the market post-Brexit hasn't actually changed very much. Personally, I think possibly Bristol's got a little way to go yet, because the market's been so crazy, it's kind of like mad. So it may well have a little way to go yet. It's already quite high, so I think there's limited scope on that, but it might go for a couple of years. Other places where I'm doing business like Torquay, before coming across, then prices are still relatively low, whereas it's got very good transport connections. So those sorts of places have got some way to go. I think I don't obviously live in London, but from what I'm seeing, London's suffering a little bit right now in terms of the market. But whether that's post-Brexit, post-stamp duty, or just because prices are very, very high, could well be that prices are very, very high anyway.
Richard, one of the questions I'm being asked time and time again right now is, like you say, the market is changing, it's adapting to that market, and yeah, we're all about finding niches as well. But the thing is, the question that I'm being asked is, going forward, when the market does change, do you think that flipping strategy will still work? And if you think it works, what do you think are going to be the angles or the places to be investing in?
It depends on the kind of flips you're doing. The kind of flips what I'm doing, where you just you might just do a handful of trades every year, but every time you do one, you make a great big chunk of money. Now, in those kind of market, you need a market which is a bit quicker. I think the flipping strategy will always work somewhere in the UK. It's just a case of I've had, rather than change my strategy, I've just changed my geographic. If you want to, you can, if you start and work in a particular area, okay, work that area, change your strategy. If it doesn't, or if you want to do something different, then just change it.
That's interesting to say that. So every time we flip, we look at growth areas, we look at fringes, where they're working, they're right next to heavily growth areas. And we always have the three prices in mind. So we have a light price, our most optimistic price that we think is really going to be working and really benefit from that. Then we have our intent price, the price we definitely think that the property will definitely sell for. That's the intent, the realistic price. And then we always have a must price, a price where if we need to exit that strategy quickly, we can get the money back, it makes sense.
Something like that.
I would say we factor in typically around 4 months, 4 to 6 months. The time frame we're looking to.
I mean for the really quick ones. When the fast price, yes, the lowest price.
Yes. So yeah, we aim for 4 months, but we always like to add a contingency, which is an important factor because many people forget that contingency. It's really important to remember it. So we always add another 2 months. So we're always looking at a 6 months factor. And of course, anything better than that is a real plus. So it's all about, if you like me, it's about really being secure, making sure you're safe, and taking the action and making money.
I think work to your strengths really. I mean, figure out if you can, know what your talents are, you know what your strengths are. Don't try and do something which doesn't work with your strengths. So, for instance, if you're somebody who's really, really detail focused, probably don't do what I do because you're gonna run out of time quickly. Some of these things you need to make quick decisions and do things really quickly. If you're detail focused, then maybe you can be doing some things like Paul does with his planning game opportunities, where he really, really drills down into the fine, minute detail with planning. That's a fantastic strategy. He's done really well. So yeah, just play to what you're good at. Try and do it in a local area. It's not too far away from you. The first way I've done from me is Cumbria, and that's a very long way from where I live in Somerset, but it works. So generally speaking, particularly if you're doing buy-to-let, then try and keep it local, or at least try and keep it into a particular area. What else can I say? And the other thing I would definitely say is if you've got a deal and you know it's a deal and you can't get the funds, then come to me because I will get the funds for you if it's a deal. The trouble is that very often people think they've got a deal, and when you actually run numbers, it's not a deal. because they do what they do what you just did about the three values, but they always go for the most optimistic value, and then they kind of add a little bit more as well, because they think, I think property prices are going up, they're bound to carry on going up, so we'll get a little bit more. No, you can't run it that way. You've got to run it on fairly realistic to pessimistic numbers.
Agreed, yeah, so the intent, the mask that works for us. I'm joined by Richard today at Knightsbridge Premier Property Club. We're on a panel, Richard is joining me on a panel. We've also got other key experts who are going to be talking about development. So if you're liking this, if you're enjoying these videos, feel free to subscribe. And
it's a nice place.
Thank you. Yeah, like a chandelier. Right, yeah, brilliant. So you're welcome. Come along, subscribe, and hopefully see you at our next Premier Property Club, Knightsbridge. Dovedi with Richard Greenland.